Hey, this is Bob Carr here with the Bob Carr Show. In the studio today, joining us this year for the third year in a row, Mr. Greg Mann from Mann Plumbing. Greg, pleasure to have you back, sir.
Thanks for having me back, Bobby.
So what's going on in your world?
It's been a little busy, Bob. Things are still moving. Economy's not hurting as bad as people want to say it is.
People like to talk, complain, but the economy's still moving.
Plumbing always has to run.
Absolutely. So what are you seeing new in 2024, in the summer of 2024? Something you didn't see in the summer of 2023? Anything new?
Not really. Just some of the customers we work for are expanding. Always Ice Cream, one of our good customers.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, they're expanding. Open up a couple new locations.
So you come in and plumb out the place?
We do their service and their grease interceptors. They're opening one. They're working on it right now in Crofton now as we speak.
I got you. So that work's always going on.
Yes.
I got you. So I understand, talking to Chris, you guys are switching some of your software over to a different platform. You know anything about that at all?
Briefly.
Briefly. So you're focusing more on the field. He's running the office more.
That's correct. He said when it's all up and running, he'll show me it and teach me how to use it.
But your specialty is out there in the field with customers selling. Always been.
That's correct.
So you teaching anybody new to sell?
No, just Chris and I pretty much sell, and we don't really want the guys to sell because we don't want them to sell stuff that customers don't need.
So you've always excelled, been out there with customers. We all know that your strength. So what's happening out there on that front? Are you still running equipment? Are you just out there doing the sales and helping the guys out when they are on job sites?
Mainly what I'm doing is selling and overseeing some of the jobs, the bigger jobs, keeping things moving out in the field.
Gotcha.
Utilities, sewer, water, stuff that they need a little more guidance on.
Because it doesn't seem like a lot of companies want to fool with that type of work.
Well, that is correct. It can be a little dangerous, and you need a little more than a couple guys on a job. You need some manpower.
Oh, yeah. But you got to have the knowledge, too,
that is
where
correct.
that is. You can run any piece of equipment you want. Running, operating, as you well know, is a big difference. But the other thing is where to go to start digging, and what do you do when you run into something that you didn't foresee? You know how to take care of that and get something up and running.
Yes, and we see a lot of jobs that we go on that they've been replaced. For instance, a sewer line's been replaced 10 years ago, and we dig it up, and they put the wrong material in, concrete around fittings.
Yeah?
Yes.
So, that's not good.
Yeah, so we see some stuff that's happening out there, and it's more and more because we think that a lot of people are not qualified to do the work.
I got you. All these years I've known you, and it's been a lot. What is the craziest job you ever got involved in that you thought it was going to start off maybe easy on a Thursday or Friday morning that went into the weekend?
I've had a lot of those jobs. As you dig, you don't know what you're getting into. So...
But you had one to interrupt you. We helped you one weekend. You called me on a Friday. You said, Bobby, I need some guys up here on a Saturday. And Rudy and a bunch of guys went up there and helped you. This is probably 15 years ago.
That's correct. That was at Social Security Administration on Crane Highway, where they didn't have any water and they had to open. And you sent, I guess, 15, 20 guys. We had to hand dig through the parking lot.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, then had to get it all in.
That was the Social Security?
Yes, that is correct, on Crane Highway.
Okay.
Yes.
So that started off as a fairly simple repair?
Just a very little leak, and then we got into it and had leaks multiple places. And once you start, you got to keep going.
So you got them back up and running for Monday morning?
Thanks to you bringing all them guys in. My man Rudy, Monday morning, yes.
But they got a bill.
It's a normal bill.
Normal?
Yes.
But so it started off simple, but they were happy by the time you got done.
Yes, that's correct.
I got you. If someone thinks they have something wrong with their sewer at their house, so they're on domestic sewer, not on a septic tank, what do you think the number one sign is that hairy homeowner will see? They might not realize how serious it is. Then when you get there, it's like, holy cow, they're lucky they did call me now.
Toilets could be gurgling, sinks gurgling. Then it's a sign that you have a problem, partial clog, or it could be a main clog. Then we would snake it go from there. And then camera the line.
Okay.
And then determine if there is a problem, then we would give them an estimate. If there's not a problem,
wait a minute. Let me back you up because I'm coming from a novice end, from my end, because I don't know your trade. I know enough to be dangerous. How would you give them a quote if you get out there and you start digging and excavating and it turns into more and more and more and maybe multiple clogs? How it is on the time it gets to the street. How do you tell a homeowner, hey, it started off here X amount and now it's turned into this? How do you handle that?
Well, we camera the line first and determine what the problem is, and we have locators can locate where the problems are.
Okay.
And if you only get partially, you usually replace the whole sewer line. Because if you have one problem, you don't want to just do a repair and then be back 6 months from now digging it up again.
Okay.
And charging the customer twice.
Because I was with you probably 15 years ago with Mark, and you did one on Water Street up here behind the school in Savannah Park years ago.
Yes.
And you end up just replacing the whole thing. I think it might have been terracotta. It was old pipe, and you replaced it all in plastic.
Yes, once we see what kind of pipe it is. If it's a plastic pipe and it looks like it's in pretty good shape, we just repair it most of the time.
Okay.
But if it's cast iron, terracotta, we would recommend replacing it.
Placing it all
Yes.
out. That can get fairly expensive.
That is correct. Time you put shoring in the ground, clean up the yards.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the shoring box. You just can't start digging 6 feet down, throwing people in the hole.
Yeah, put shoring box in and clean up the yard and all that stuff. Just don't leave it mounded up, you know.
A lot of people do that, though.
No, you need to haul it out, straw and seed, like it be, no one's been there set the straw and seed.
There you go. Greg, I appreciate you coming in the studio today and chatting with us.
Thanks for having me, Bobby.
And this wraps up another episode of the Bob Carr Show. Stay tuned next week for another episode.